All right, Khalistani sympathizers brazenly termed Canadians invaders and asked them to leave Canada and go back to England and Europe. In a viral 2-minute video of a Nagar Kirtan shows Khalistanis marching around Surrey, BC in Canada and claiming, and I quote, "We are owners of Canada and white people should go back to Europe and Israel." The video clip shows Khalistani sympathizers staging Khalistani flags and shouting, "White people are invaders and we are the owners of Canada." Indian intelligence and agencies are of the view that Trudeau is backing Khalistani groups to ensure MP Jagmeet Singh's support in next year's elections. Brian Thomas, my colleague, joins us on the broadcast to talk more about this. Brian, situation when it comes to the Khalistanis is not only about India now. In fact, the local government and the local populace of Canada is also being attacked.
Yeah, Vinit, definitely. It's very important to note now what the Khalistanis in Canada have again, stirred controversy yet again after targeting India with now accusations and blame game also. Now, very importantly, they have also now turned their focus on Canadians. In a striking display of entitlement also, Khalistani sympathizers were captured in this viral 2-minute video from a Nagar Kirtan also labeling Canadians as invaders and urging them to go back to England and Europe. Now, this procession also in the video can be heard declaring that this is Canada, their country, and Canadians must go back. Even Indian intelligence sources have also called the incident a reflection of the new normal in Canada, warning that Khalistani groups are steadily capturing key elements of Canadian society, and with inadequate surveillance also these groups are gaining influence over local Canadians. Now, Hindus are also being extorted for money under the guise of protection, and now even local communities are under threat, as even noted by them. Even we've seen that relations have deteriorated, from 2023 also after the assassination of Nijar. But again, it's very important to note that it has come out now. It has on video, it has on record that something like this, a very controversial statement also has been made by these CA elements and the Khalistanis that has stirred major controversy. Beneath.
Right, Brian. Mr. Surinder Singh Lali, international affairs expert, also joins us on the phone line. Mr. Lali, how do you look at this deteriorating situation in Canada now? In fact, they're also against the local white population, saying that they're invaders. They should go. Forget about having their own Khalistan. They want to turn Canada into Canadistan.
Vineet, I don't know where to start from. I mean, I used to get very unhappy and peeved and, I just should take offense to what is happening in Canada. But now I find it hilarious. It's become one jumbo circus. I mean, a population which is 2.1% is saying, and let me quote that gentleman, whosoever that rocket scientist was, he says, "We are native Indians. Go back to Europe. We are owner of this country," and then in the end he tops it off by saying, "Go back, Simon." I mean, this is hilarious. This country has become one big kabuki circus where there seems to be no law and order. The police comes and says, give us $100,000 and then we will guard and your mandir, and what about the taxes all our Hindu and Sikh brothers are paying? And then, they have an internal inquiry in which there is a gentleman called Param Bens who until a few weeks ago was accusing India of transnational repression and India interfering in their, in Canadian, he accused of in Canadian matters. And an internal, inquiry in Canada finds him on Chinese payroll. So, I don't know. I mean, it's a country of 4 crores which has become a laughing stock of the world. And I hope some sense comes out of it, because my problem is not these jokers who are, talking absolutely nonsensical stuff. My problem is that there are so many other innocent people, including the native Canadians, the white, the Europeans, the Indian, the Chinese, and, even the lot of Sikhs. I mean, not every Sikh or Hindu subscribes to them. So it's become one circus, Vineet, and I find this hilarious and laughable. And it's extremely sad that I have to laugh at a country which is a developed economy, a first world country, Commonwealth nation, and one of the strong economies in the world, and look what it's gotten itself to.
And Mr. Lali, what does this mean for Justin Trudeau? Obviously he's responsible for what we are seeing today, and he's responsible for the deterioration of relationship between India and Canada. Having said that, do you think that the Canadians and whoever the next government is going to be are going to have a different stance towards these Khalistani elements? Because nothing has changed in the last 30 years. Governments have come and gone.
Vineet, that's a fantastic question you asked. That once the cancer gets into the body, it's not that you go and you just take one homeopathic pill and everything sort of cleans up. Because even the leader of opposition, he is Pierre Poilievre. He's also cancelled our Hindu function, the Diwali function, which has been there for 20 some years. He has also been conveniently quiet when these K elements were chanting slogans in public meetings, the Vaisakhi function, where both Justin Trudeau and Pierre Poilievre was there. I mean, if I'm a politician worth my salt, and if I'm in a gathering where there are things being chanted about, the separation of another state, the dismemberment of a friendly country, I would issue a press conference and issue a note that no, I don't subscribe to it. So I'm very sorry to say, and with a very heavy heart, that it's going to be a while before these key elements can be weeded out, because they are in RCMP, they're in the Border Security Force, they're in the Peel Police, they're in their parliament, and they're in their, you name it. I mean, they're from top to bottom. So I'm very pessimistic about it, and my concern is not even now just us, because we're doing great as a country. Once again, I feel bad for the diaspora, for our Hindu, Sikh, and every religion that Indian who lives in. I mean, look what they have to suffer and put up with. It's very unfortunate, Vineet. And they totally went there to have a good future for their children. They worked hard. They waited tables. I was one of them. I mean, I used to wait tables and drive a cab when I was in college. But after 30 years or 35 years, if this is how the Hindus are made to feel in a country where there are almost 900,000 and 95% of the Sikhs, which are 800,000. So I feel bad for them. I mean, I wish, better sense prevails in Canada and in the Canadian opposition, for Christ's sake.
Mr. Lali, appreciate you joining us. Always straight from the heart. Thank you so much. We take a short break. Be right back.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.